Hi guys! So today's tutorial is inspired by Ipsy's Rebel Glam Challenge for the month of June, and this look is specifically inspired by the first rule that they want you to break, which is the bold eyes and bold lips but never both rule. So if you would like to see how I achieved this bright and bold-eyed bold lip makeup look, please keep on watching. So I've already done my left eye so you guys can kind of see what's going on while I go ahead and do my right eye. So I'm going to start off with my Urban Decay primer potion, and I'm going to just go ahead and prime my right eyelid. So for this look, I am going to be using the Urban Decay Vice palette, and I'm going to be taking the lightest shade in the palette, Truth, right here, and a Luxie 223 short shader brush, and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelids and all the way up to my eyebrows. Now that I have a nice base for all of my eyeshadows, I'm going to be taking Alien, which is this light pink right up here, and I'm going to apply that in the crease and a little bit above my brow bone just to create a nice shape. And to put this light shade into my crease, I was using a Crown Brush C412 DLX pointed crease brush. So next I'm going to take the shade Alchemy, which is like a pretty purpley pinky shade right here, and an e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm just going to apply that where I just put the pink and just a little bit under it and more into my crease. This is just going to build up the colors so the transitions don't look so harsh because we are using very bright colors. And then I'm just going to bring this down into my outer corner just a little bit so I can start building the dark purple for the outer corner. Now I'm going to be taking this bright coppery pink color Sonic and using a Sephora Professional number 20 smudge brush. I'm going to be placing that all over my eyelid, and since this is a fairly glittery color, I'm just going to tap it on to avoid any fallout. So now that I have my lid shade on, I'm just going to go back with my e.l.f. crease brush in the shade Alchemy and just kind of build up my crease just a little to make it a little darker. And since I'm going to be doing a wing today, I'm just going to bring this eyeshadow out into a little bit of a point on the outer corner of my eye here. And then I'm going to blend this all out with an E40 brush from Sigma so that I get a nice smooth transition. Now for the outer corners, and to define my crease, I'm going to be taking this dark purple shade here, which is Bondage, and a Sigma E45 tapered blending brush, and I am just going to tap that on and blend that into my outer corner and up into my crease just a little to create more depth. And again, I am bringing this out into a little point on my outer corner because I am going to be doing a winged eyeliner today. I'm taking my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush and I'm just going to blend all of this out. Now to make my outer corner just a little bit darker, I'm going to be taking this Makeup Forever black eyeshadow in number 4 in the same Sigma blending brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to place a teeny tiny bit of this on my outer corner on my lash line and then blend it out really well. Next, I'm going back in with the Sigma Pencil E30 brush and the lightest shade Truth that we used earlier, and I'm going to place that under my eyebrows to define my eyes and on the inner corners. Now I'm going to get started on the rest of my face so I can go ahead and do my under eyes in a minute. I'm going to be priming my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in the green shade because I'm feeling like my face is looking a little red today. Now that my face is all primed and ready, I'm going to be concealing my under eyes with Benefit's Erase Paste in number 2 medium and an e.l.f. foundation brush. And I'm just going to be taking a little bit on this brush and patting it under my eyes because you don't want it to still look orange once you apply foundation. Now I'm just going to be covering just a little bit more of the redness with my Wet n Wild Coverall Color Correcting Palette, and I'm going to be using just this bright minty green shade here. And I'm going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks and on my chin and just anywhere else basically where my face still looks red after I apply foundation. Now I'm going to be taking a knockoff beauty blender that I got from Ipsy and Olay & CoverGirl's Simply Ageless Foundation in the shade 210. And I'm just going to tap that all over my face for a nice even coverage. And I'm going to blend this a little down my neck and into my hairline so I make sure that everything looks smooth and blended. And I'm going to cover my lips just a little because I am going to be putting on liquid matte lipstick later and I want it to go on very smoothly. Now because I still do have very dark circles under my eyes and a couple acne spots that show through my foundation, I'm going to be taking an Essence of Beauty Foundation and Conceal brush and Benefit Boing Concealer in the shade number 1. And I'm just going to tap this on under my eyes where I need more coverage and onto any acne spots as well. And then I'm just going to take a beauty blender in a second and blend this all together so it still looks smooth and airbrushed. Now that I have my foundation on my face, I'm going to set this with a e.l.f. Fluffy Powder Brush and the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil to give me a nice, good powder foundation for me to apply my powder, contours, and blushes onto. And I'm just going to dab a little bit more of this than normal on my under eyes just to make sure I set my under eyes real well. And by going in with a powder before I do my contour and blush, it's just a lot easier to blend powder onto powder than it is to blend powder onto cream because you can kind of end up moving the cream and taking away the coverage that you just applied. Now I'm just going to go back in and finish up my under eyes a little. I'm just going to be using these same brushes and the same eyeshadows as I did before, and I'll just tell you where I place them as I go along. So now I'm just going to be taking the lightest shade Truth again with my Sigma pencil brush E30, and I'm going to place that on the inner corners and pull that onto my lower lash line. Now I'm just going straight to that coppery pink color Sonic, and I'm just going to place that all along my lower lash line. I'm taking just a tiny bit of Alchemy on my e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm going to blend that on the outer part of my lower lash line just to make a smooth transition so I can go next in with bondage. And now I'm taking bondage on my Sigma E45 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to place that along the lower lash line on the outer corner. And then I'm going to blend that up so it touches with the corner point of my lid makeup so I can create a nice point when I go to do my eyeliner. And then I'm taking my favorite Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend all of this out. Now I'm going to be taking Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in the shade Trooper, and I'm just going to make a nice subtle wing. Now I like starting from the bottom when I do my liquid liner, that way I know what shape exactly best fits my eye. Now while I let my eyeliner dry, I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my face. So I'm going to do a little contouring, a little bronzing, a little blushing, and a little highlighting. For contouring and bronzing, I'm going to be taking this shade Tan and the shade Sculpt from the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. So I'm just taking Sculpt on a fluffy powder brush, and I'm going to place this on my temples, to kind of bring a little bit of warmth into my face. I'm just going to define my jawline with this as well and make my chin look a little less rounded and more defined with it. Look like I actually have a jawline. And then of course, I'm just going to bring this a little bit on my cheekbones to warm up my face before I go and contour. So I feel like the eyes are dramatic enough and I don't want a really dramatic contour, so I'm just going to be using the same fluffy powder brush and placing tan right on the hollows of my cheeks and just blending it inward just a little bit, just blending it in and up. Now since my eye makeup look is really dark, I'm going to be using this yellow shade from the NYX palette, and I'm going to tap that on under my under eyes just to brighten them up even more. Today for blush, I'm going to be using this NARS shade Ngauli. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, but I'm going to be using this blush today because I think it is a very pretty purpley pinky neutral blush shade. And I'm going to be taking my Essence of Beauty blush and powder brush, and I'm going to brush this on the apples of my cheeks. And again, they don't make the Essence of Beauty brushes anymore, so you can just use any angled blush brush that you like, but I really like these Essence of Beauty brushes, so I still use them. And again, I'm just putting this on the apples of my cheeks and blending it up a little onto my cheekbones. And the nice thing about this blush is that it is highly pigmented but also very buildable. So now that I have a nice rosy pinky purpley glow going on my cheeks, I'm going to go and highlight with my favorite highlighter of the moment, the Too Faced Candlelit Glow in Rosy Glow. And I'm just going to be taking an e.l.f. fluffy fan brush, and I'm going to place this under my eyebrows and of course on my cheekbones. And then you can't forget to do the inner corners of your eyes and your cupid's bow, because I've been really obsessed with doing a very bright cupid's bow lately. And with the lipsticks that I'm going to be using, I want a very like poppin' cupid's bow. It just looks awesome, especially if you're wearing dark lip colors. Now before I put on my Stila Liquid Matte lipsticks, I'm just going to hydrate and prime my lips a little using the Yes To Coconut Lip Balm. This is just going to make my lips really smooth so that I can get a nice even application of the Liquid Matte lipstick. Now you don't want to forget to line your waterline, so I'm going to be using the Silka Semi in highlight and black. And obviously highlight is going on my lower waterline. Because this is such a bright, bold makeup look, I don't want to go for a very harsh white waterline, so I'm going to be using this, and it's just like a rose gold color, and it still makes your eyes pop without being like bright white and blinding. And then this, I'm just going to place on my upper lash line and waterline up here. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit into my outer corner to accentuate the wing. Now for lashes today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara to put a thin coat of that on before I put on my falsies. And today for falsies, I'm going to be using the Annabella Lashes by Juvia's, and I've already cut them to fit my eyes. So I'm just doing a nice thin coat just to make my lashes a little bit longer and make sure that they blend in with the falsies. And of course, once the top lashes have dried a little, I'm going to go back in and do my lower lashes because those are almost more important, honestly. Now for glue, I'm going to be using my Duo waterproof eyelash adhesive and just an Ardell pair of tweezers for application. Now I want a fairly thick coat on these, especially on the outer corners since they are larger and thicker lashes. And once these dry a little, I'm just going to set them onto my eye. So now my lashes are on and they are drying, and now it is time for my favorite part of the look, which is the lipstick. I'm going to be combining two of the Stila Stay All Day lipsticks for an ombre plumping effect on my lips. This one is a bit more purple and it is in the shade Aria. And then this one is a little bit more pink and it is in the shade Fiore. So you can see them next to each other. This one is very purpley and this one's a little pink. And so this one I'm going to just go all the way around my lips with, working quickly because obviously they do dry fairly fast. So before the purple dries completely, I'm just going to take a bit of the Fiore on my finger and pat it on the inner bit of my bottom lip. And that just kind of brightens up the lip look just a little bit. And now to clean that up and define it, I'm just going to go back in with the blend concealer in shade number 1 and redefine my lips and clean up any of the little mistakes that I do have. And now I'm just going to go back in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and I'm just going to apply another coat onto my eyelashes just to smooth the transition between my eyelashes and the falsies. And last but not least, I almost forgot to do my brows with the Maybelline Brow Drama Mascara that I have been using. And I'm just going to apply a light coat of that onto my eyebrows just to make them retain their shape all day. So now that I have finished with everything and my makeup is all done, I'm going to set it with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. And I'm just going to spray that liberally all over my face to give it hydration and make sure that my makeup lasts all day. So this is the final makeup look. I do think the eyelashes are just a little bit bigger than what I was going for, but it definitely fits into the Ipsy Rebel Challenge of bold eyes, bold lips, because this is definitely a very bold-eyed, bold lip look. The rest of the face is kind of neutral, but the eyes and the lips really do stand out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy bold-eyed, bold lip makeup look. Please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you liked this tutorial. And you should follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ilea and subscribe to my channel so that you'll know when I post more videos and tutorials and pictures, because I will definitely be doing the rest of the Ipsy Rebel challenges this month. So stay tuned.